Call the Blessed Madonna, because we need this whole album mixed together like stat. Hello and welcome back. Thank you for joining me. The time has come to react to Dua Lipa's third album, Radical Optimism, which has just dropped. If you're new here, I'm Sam, also known as Pop Sam Cam. You might have seen my stuff on TikTok, but I'm fairly new here on YouTube doing reactions. I'm trying to hit that 5K mark subscribers. So hit subscribe if you like this video and join me for many more reactions. I'm doing all the new pop albums that come out this year, as well as at the moment revisiting Lana Del Rey's albums from start to finish. The next video coming is Honeymoon, and that will drop next week. For now though, it's all about Dua Lipa and this new era for her. I have had mixed feelings about the singles, to be honest, up to this point. I've really liked a few of them have grown on me, but ultimately I've been a little bit nervous about this era for her. She's not going into this album with a massive hit. Houdini has done well in certain territories, but at the moment there's not really anything in the top 10 anywhere, which is kind of a different scenario to what happened with Future Nostalgia, where she had Don't Start Now absolutely popping off. But don't forget the biggest single from that album, Levitating, took off after the album dropped. So I'm hoping we're gonna find a few more hits on Radical Optimism. I'm going into it optimistic, I'm going into it with an open mind, and I'm excited to see what she serves up for this one. Let's get into it. Track number 1, End of an Era. Okay, this sound seems consistent with the singles. What's it about a kiss that makes you feel like this? Makes me an optimist. Love those acoustic guitars in the background. Too quick, hoping this one might stick, hopelessly romantic. And you said, hey, I'm so glad we're off to an upbeat start automatically. Oh, interesting. This has got to be Kevin Parker on this. Yeah, it is. And Danielle Hall. End of an Era is such a good track title for the start of a new era. It really feels like a dizzying rush. It feels like the first 2 drinks you have at brunch or something. Production's super nice. Like, I love this. There's way more nuance to the production in this than there was on any of the songs on Future Nostalgia. Oh, I like that. This is great. Like, this feels like she's having fun. This is what I wanted. That is one hell of a bridge, and I love hearing her talk in her song. She could do it all the time. She's got the best accent on earth. I already want the extended version of this. Boom. Loves that. That's a great start to the album. It's in line with what I felt like it was going to feel like, but it's a little bit stranger than the singles. There's a few more oddities in there, and I hope we continue to explore that throughout the album. I also love the concept of it being the end of an era, her moving from singledom into a relationship and kind of leaving all the single people at the club, still looking for somebody. It's like a great scene setting for the album. Let's move on to track number 2, which we've obviously heard. It's the first single, Houdini. This is a song that I've had a kind of testy relationship with. I didn't love it at the start, but it keeps growing. Like, the key has recently turned for me. I think what's changed for me is I've heard it out a few times recently, and it does sound really good in the club. It's been a minute since I've heard it in headphones. The production's super nice. See, here's the thing. This chorus, it just takes a long time to get your head around. It's not the earworm that like Don't Start Now or Levitating or even Physical was. It's just a little like slinkier and a little harder to latch onto. And I think that's why it's just taken like multiple listens. But I will say it does set in there eventually.
I'm not here for long. Catch me or I go Houdini. I come and I go. Prove you got the right to please me. Everybody knows. Catch me or I go Houdini. If you're good enough, you'll find.
And this bit's just perfect.
Maybe you could cause a girl to change. Do you think about it night and day? Maybe you could be the one to make me stay. Everything you say.
See, it's like really little bits in the song that I love now. Like I love how we go from that post-chorus into the verse, just so effortless and nice.
If you got it, baby, give it to me. They say I come and I go. Tell me all the
I also know the videos, like particularly this and Training Season, have been a little lackluster, but I personally love this one. I love the performance she gives.
to please me. Maybe you could be the one to make me stay.
Like this bit is just so triumphant. I love the extended version of this song. And actually, it's giving some really good momentum to the album. Love this too. This is like where I feel like Kevin Parker and Danielle Hull are having some fun on this record, and please, please, can we hear more of it?
Me or I go Houdini.
There it is, Houdini. That's a song that just keeps getting better and better for me. Like, I really just didn't connect to it for so long, but I've given it some space, come back to it, heard it in the club, heard it on the radio recently, and I just think it's maturing really nicely. And that is quite a feat for a pop song, because some of these songs can be real churn and burn, I have to say, and it's kind of how I'm feeling about the next track that's going to come up. Track number 3, Training Season. Let's see how it sounds in the context of the album.
Are you someone that I can give my heart to? Or just the
Sounds
voice
nice coming off the back of Houdini.
It can be hard to tell the difference late at night. Play fair. Is that a compass in your nature?
Like, you can hear all the instruments that are being used over these first 3 songs. They're all like weaving in and out of all 3 songs. It's sounding very cohesive. This is probably the most Tame Impala part of the album so far. See, this chorus is immediate. The problem is it gives me Break My Heart vibes, and that is one of my least favorite Dua songs by a mile. But there's something a little bit nicer about this chorus. I don't hate it as much as Break My Heart. I'm a little like caught because I really liked End of an Era as the first song, but I really think that this thematically and sound-wise should have been the first song on the album. Like, I love the idea of like Training Season's over, this is the real deal now, like start the album. That's really nice, this bit. And she just stabs that pre-chorus, like so good vocally. It's a bop, it's hard to deny. This is a little bit like Western, this sound. Once again, like Houdini, they're nailing the bridge. See, this is what I want to hear even more. Like, keep going with this. Let's get weirder. I understand it's like a radio pop single. They can't really, but God, I would love to hear that bit explored more. How good would it be if this just like mixed into the next song? I feel like it's not going to, but it'd be so nice. There we go, second single, Training Season. I mean, I loved this the first time I've listened to it, but I gotta be honest, I'm not going back to it very often at all. It's probably ended up being like number 3 in my ranking of the 3 singles that she's released before this album. But it does sound good here. I mean, it's just perhaps got less weight than the first 2 songs. The chorus is great, but it kind of like doesn't draw me back into it very much. I don't know. Maybe let's go on to the next song and see if it works like that in the context of the album. This is track number 4, These Walls. This is nice. Ooh. I love hearing the guitar on this album.
Maybe we should switch careers. Cause baby, you know no one beats our poker faces.
Ooh. Shout out Lady Gaga. Okay, Kevin Parker is not on this one. It's Andrew Wyatt and Danielle Hahn on production. What? If these walls could talk, they'd say, you know, they'd say, you're fucked. You need some new walls. They are nasty. Oh, her voice sounds amazing, like better than I've ever heard it. This is not a vibe I anticipated for this album, but I'm loving this. It's just so like breezy and warm, but also kind of heartbreaking too. Oh, the piano. Oh, this just feels so cozy. The "your fucks" lyric is sending me. She is just giving us bridge after bridge. Oh. This is such a beautifully produced, like, slow jam that you could still dance to. Wow. I wasn't expecting us to go in a slower direction this early in the album, but I suppose she kind of gave us like a mid-tempo with Cool early on in Future Nostalgia. This is such a nice vibe for her. She sounds incredible. Sometimes I find that her voice can be a little harsh without the right production, but on here it just sounds like caramel. Like, it's just so beautifully melded into this song. And the way that the chorus, it's very, very catchy, and it's got like those melodic teeth, but it also just slides by so effortlessly. I'm really impressed by this one. Love it. And this is making me excited for the rest of the album. Let's go into track number 5, What You Doing.
After midnight,
Ooh.
Me and my thoughts alone.
Surely Kevin Parker on this.
There's a part of me that wants to
Yeah,
steal your
solely
heart,
produced by
and a
Kevin
part that
Parker.
tells me don't. 'Cause I'm no good.
It's definitely rawer, more organic than Future Nostalgia. That album was so clean. This is a little grittier.
Are you worried that I might find something wrong? What you doing to me, baby? I'm scared to death that you might be the one to change me. You're in my
I'm just enjoying all the sounds.
my decisions got me headed for collision. What you doing to me, baby? Oh, what you doing in the future?
Okay, she needed this as a single, I think. I might not necessarily like it more than These Walls, but this has that like levitating vibe, but in the context of the sound of this album. It's just so breezy, but so instantly catchy, and it's so different to the other three singles as well. What you doing, Dewey? You should have had theirs.
I see you next to me. Control is my religion, and I'm
Like, that is such a nice groove.
20/20 vision, please. What you doing to me, baby?
It's also helping that the sun is like slowly coming out outside and it's turning into a beautiful day. I'm feeling very optimistic.
My decisions got me headed for collision. What you doing to me, baby? Oh, what you doing to me? Tell me what you're doing to me. Tell me what you're doing to me.
Like, this song is just made for the sunshine. Maybe she's saving it for a summer single.
My religion, and I'm headed for collision. Lost my 20/20 vision. What you doing to me, baby?
The vocal production has just been stepped up on this album.
Change me. You're in my head and now you're
Listen to those like little, I guess, imperfections in her voice that really sound so nice.
Oh, what you doing to me? Tell me what you're doing to me.
Call the Blessed Madonna, because we need this whole album mixed together like stat. It really is creating such a nice atmosphere. So many different modes now. We're up to track 5. We've heard like mid-tempo, we've heard the dance banger in Houdini, we've heard this more kind of hypnotic stuff. This one's a little bit like disco-y as well, but it all just like fits together so nicely. As I said, this should be a single. This one just hits immediately. It's got such a light, cool, laid-back feel to it, but also just gives you so much syrupy melody as well. Big fan. Let's go into track number 6, French Exit. Ooh. Another different vibe.
I don't wanna stay till the lights come on. I just can't relate to the way.
This is for all the people saying that Dua Lipa just makes the same song over and over again, because this is sounding different now.
'Cause right now I can't give you what you want. Everybody's still dancing. Everybody's holding hands and romancing.
She's just giving such a different vibe. Like, I was honestly expecting 11 dance floor bangers, and we haven't got that at all, and I'm more than okay with that. Like, she's taking the time to find the sonic pockets where her voice just sounds perfect, and this pre-chorus here is the perfect example of that.
Be the last one standing. And I hate that I'm leaving you stranded. But I gotta hit the road. But I gotta hit the road. It's not a broken heart if I don't break it. Goodbye doesn't hurt if I don't say it. And I really hope you'll understand it. Only way to go is a French exit.
There's just so much going on there production-wise, but it sounds so simple. Ooh, I love that.
Maybe time away will make it make sense. I'm better at a clean break than leaving doors open.
something about this verse that's reminding me of some of her early work, like maybe, what's that song that she had out first? Thinking About You. It took me a minute, but I got there.
Yeah, I gotta hit the road. It's not a broken heart if I don't break it. Goodbye doesn't hurt if I don't say it. And I really hope you'll
I hate French accents with anybody. Like, even if you're a friend, if you're leaving the club, you gotta tell the group.
And you know, that I'm lonely now. It's not a broken heart if I don't break it.
Again, such a laid back vibe. But the chorus feels so rich. I love that she's being a bit more cheeky in this. Would love for her to play more with like these kind of like, I don't know, vocal tones a little bit. I guess I just want her to talk more. It seems to be the biggest takeaway from this album. That was French Exit, track number 6. Very cool song. Like, I don't know if that one's going to be the one that sticks out to me once I finish this whole album, but it's a nice vibe. We've now had 3 songs that are a little bit more in the mid-tempo vibe, and I want it to like step up a little bit now. I think I'm ready for a dance floor banger, and it's good timing because we've got track number 7, Illusion.
I've been known to miss a red flag. I've been known to put my lover on a pedestal.
I go through so many phases with this song. I love it, and then I'm unfazed by it, and then I love it. Let's see what it is today. Yeah, the sequencing for this is perfect. You're so ready for Illusion by this point. Also, the video for this is iconic.
Was a time when that shit might have worked. Was a time when I just threw a match and let it burn. Now I'm grown, I know what I deserve. I still like that too with the lessons I already learned. I already know your type, telling me the
Big theme of this album seems to be growing up, maturing, like finding out what you like, and this song captures that really nicely. Maybe the issue here is that the post-chorus just doesn't hit as hard as what it should. Maybe that's it. But I really like the bridge. Like, this bit is really cool. All of the singles have these amazing instrumental breakdowns. Like, if we could just get an extended version of every song and mix them together, I'd be in heaven. Maybe the best single? Maybe? Yeah, that feels like the song she had to make for this album. Like, it needed a pop banger because she's doing so many different things across all of the other tracks. It needed one that was more straight down the line, and this is the one. And I'm honestly surprised it's not doing better because I think that this should work at radio so well. It's just like a really nice, tight pop song. That's really all I've got to say about it. Really enjoyed it in the context of the album. Let's go on to track number 8, Falling Forever. Ooh. Come on.
Are you good at holding on?
Yes, I love this vibe. I gotta turn this up. If she fucks this chorus up, I swear to God, come on, give us something good.
Till tomorrow and beyond.
Yes!
Can it just keep getting
Goosebumps.
Can we keep falling forever?
The voice.
Can we stay like this together? Can we keep falling forever?
Where the hell was this? How are you gonna sit on this and just drop it in the album like it's nothing? This is the freaking lead single.
All alone. So tonight,
It just feels so good and so anthemic.
baby, I'm yours to keep. Keep me close till tomorrow and beyond.
The chorus is so good, and listen to that voice, it's soaring.
Can it just keep getting better? Can we keep falling forever? Can we keep falling forever?
It's a banger. Get Dua Lipa's dad or whoever manages her on the phone, because how is someone not giving her the advice that this needs to get out? Like, this needed to be out 6 months ago.
I wanna know. Can you ride through any storm? Can you ride from night to
Voice still sounding mwah.
till tomorrow and beyond?
It's just so good.
Can it just keep getting better? Can we keep falling forever?
Listen to that rasp, the break in her voice.
Can we stay like this together? Can we keep falling forever? Can it just keep getting better? Can we keep falling
I've literally got goosebumps. This feels like Physical Part 2. It's got that same kind of unhinged energy. Incredible. The best song so far, by far. I love that this just feels like everything was poured into it. And that chorus just absolutely soars. Maybe one of the most anthemic choruses that she's ever made. And what's cool is it doesn't feel like a straightforward dance banger. Like, this isn't a disco song. This isn't an electro pop song. It's just got that rollicking beat that just like puts the fire in your belly. Like, I had goosebumps from like the middle of the first chorus, and granted I get goosebumps quite easily, but it just feels so good. I feel like there's some momentum now, and I'm so excited to hear the next track. This is track number 9, Anything for Love.
One more time. Make me cry again.
in the middle of all of you.
Make me cry.
Well, Danny eats salted licorice. Okay, alright. Let's do it.
Salted licorice? Are we getting a ballad?
And I'm not interested in a love that gives up.
Oh, I
so
love that
easy.
piano.
I want a love that's set on keeping me. When it hurts, we don't even think to cut it.
She's never sounded better.
And I'm not interested in a heart that doesn't.
I just love those
beat me.
chords.
I want a mind that meets me equally. When it's hard, it will never feel like it's still mine.
This is the kind of vulnerability that I wanted from her. Like, she's not going too deep in, but this just feels like straight from the heart. Like, the last ballad that we got on Future Nostalgia was Boys Will Be Boys, which obviously had this like really grand, all-encompassing, universal theme. But this one, like, brings it straight to her, and she's just delivering it with such rawness in her voice. I love it.
Remember when we used to do anything for love?
Hey!
We're all so scared of forever. And no
This feels
one
like
promises
Prince.
always. We're not perfect together. That means we gotta part ways. Remember when we used to do anything for
Goosebumps
love?
again. These two tracks, goddamn.
We're all- But I'm not interested.
This feels so nice.
So easily. I want love that's set on keeping me. When it hurts, we don't even think to cut it off. Remember when we used to do anything for love?
Love this beat.
I think that's the one, right?
No, that's not the one. Why is it so short? It was literally like one of the best songs on the album. I could have done like 5 more choruses. God damn. Okay. Well, loved it. Loved the beginning. She sounded so good. And when that beat comes in, it's just such a refreshing turn. This album has just really gotten better and better and better, I think. Like, it's really hitting its stride, maybe since Illusion, and I just hope it keeps going. Let's go into the next track, track number 10, Maria. I have a history of hating songs called Maria, but we'll see how this goes. Ooh.
I've had love, but his is the deepest.
This feels like she's brought it back from vacation in Barcelona.
Never leave, he means it too, yeah. Ooh, I owe it to you. He was cold. Maria, I know you're gone, but I feel ya. When we're alone, even when I'm there in his eyes, I know you're so
This production's really cool.
Maria, I know you're somewhere.
This is kind of a weird song.
When love comes young, you take it for granted. Yeah.
Like just a summertime song this. It feels so warm automatically.
You know, ooh, I owe it to you for all that you've done, oh Maria. I know you're gone, but I
This is
feel
gonna be a grower, I think.
when we're alone, even when I'm there in his eyes, I know you're somewhere in his heart.
That's so fun.
Grateful for all the love you gave. Here's to the lovers that make you
She's nailed the bridges across the whole album.
Maria, Maria, Maria. I know you're gone.
I feel like they could have taken that even bigger.
When we're alone, I know you're somewhere in his heart.
That's Maria. I like that it's upbeat. I think I'm just going to need some more time with it. There's some really odd bits in this song, like the post-chorus. It's kind of quite like woozy and hypnotic, and I really like that about it. But the chorus, I don't know, I feel like it could be a little bit more anthemic, but I think the vibes are cool in this song, and I'm definitely going to be coming back to it. I can't believe we're almost at the end. This is the final track called Happy For You. I've really enjoyed this journey. I'm kind of sad for it to finish. This sounds so good. I'm not feeling a ballad. I hope it's not a ballad. Here we go.
You were so happy, I could just tell. She's really pretty, I think she's a model. Baby, together, you look hot as hell. And I didn't even want to cry.
Again, sounds great.
Couldn't believe it, had to ask myself why.
I like that lyrical concept. It's really nice, and it really lends itself to the radical optimism theme of like being able to look back at a situation that once really hurt you and like look at them in a new life happy and be able to feel that kind of happiness and gratitude and optimism back. I think this is a really nice close.
And looking back now, I hope you see it. Even the hard parts are all for the best. I see where you're at now. You picked up the pieces.
I love how like forthright her voice is in all these songs. This chorus is incredible. I love this bit coming up. Goosebumps again. Production is beautiful. Kevin Parker and Danielle Hall just bringing it home strong. This could also work as a single. This feels like Cool by Gwen Stefani. One of the best songs of all time. I'm happy for her. This is a great record. That's a beautiful ending. I love that. That's it. Radical Optimism, done. 11 tracks, just like, I don't know. It's a lot to take in, to be honest. I'm going to be thinking about this album for a bit. Like on the surface, they are straight up pop tracks that are very easy to sink your teeth into. But there's so much to the production and there's a real richness to this record that I feel like Future Nostalgia didn't have. It also has so much cohesion, and if you didn't like the sound of the singles, chances are you're not going to love where this album's going, because it really holds on to that like psychedelic electro pop sound. But also it gives so many different modes and tones and feelings as well. Like I really wasn't expecting that kind of mid-tempo part in the middle. I wasn't expecting for us to come out of Illusion and just have this real moment of euphoria with Falling Forever. And then into the song that was a ballad that turns into a Prince song, Anything for Love. So many warm, joyous moments, and that's what I think Dua is the best at giving us. But I needed her to tap in a little bit more, like give us a little bit more vulnerability, a little bit more personality on the pen, and I feel like she did that. Like even going back to the bridge of the first song, End of an Era, we're getting like to see that like coolness and that just like effortless charisma that she gives us in real life in the music, and I love to hear that. I mean, my only note would be that sometimes I wish she pushed it even further. I feel like there's so many bridges where she could have taken the chorus even bigger. These songs could be like 2-3 minutes longer, and maybe they will be. Maybe we will get an extended version of the album. I would love that mixed together, because I think given how cohesive it is, it's owed that kind of like binding together. I would really love to hear that. But honestly, I was going into this album with trepidation, and I'm coming out feeling happy. I enjoyed the listen. I'm incredible for her that I think she's maybe made like the best statement of her career as an album. It just feels complete and nice, and that's always good to come out of. I'm always excited to talk to you guys about the album. You can join me in my Discord. I'll drop the link below for that, or we can also just chat in the comments below. Let me know what you think of Radical Optimism. Thank you for joining me, and hit subscribe if you haven't already.